Buff Nation, Warren Sapp's presser today was absolute cinema. Y'all be sure to check that out. I'll link it in the description. But I want to get to here in just a minute the things that were revealed to me from Warren Sapp in this press conference. A lot of really good nuggets. Of course, let me know what you think in the comments. Anything that I missed, things that you were reading out of this press conference, let me know. And let's go ahead and get into it. But I guess before we fully get into it, I just had to share this. I mean, wasn't this absolutely hilarious? Sean Keeler getting trolled yet again. You can throw this up on here. Trying to blend in at today's press conference, and you hear CU, the man, this guy right here, whoever is running this whole thing, tell Keeler, nah, next question, man. You need to go outside and touch grass, little man.
Warren Sapp could do. Warren Sapp could do.
Warren Sapp could do. Next question. Next question.
Warren Sapp could do.
Next question.
There's this guy again. My favorite guy that I forget what his name is, but he's right there enjoying the moment again. Shout out to this guy. He's there enjoying the moment, just like everybody was, on the internet, living vicariously through him yet again. Total karma. Sean Keeler, man, why does this dude waste his time? But anyways, let's go ahead and get to some of my takeaways from the Warren Sapp presser. First off, the man, you see this in the well-off videos, but it just comes across even brighter in the press conference, is just truly how much he is loving this. It totally feels like a calling for him. And the fact that he just wasn't talking about these guys as players, he was talking about them as quote unquote, my kids. I think that is telling for just how close of a relationship Warren Sapp has built with the players on the D-line, and truly how much he cherishes right now what he is doing. That energy, that's not something like you either got it or you don't. Like you cannot fake that type of passion. You cannot fake that type of care for the players and what you're doing. Home run hire, total total X factor on the coaching staff. We got Damian Lewis and Coach Dancy, of course, working with the rest of the front. And then Warren Sapp also in there. I think that this is a really nice group of guys that are going to get the best out of these players. And you heard him talk about how Damian Lewis was kind of his replacement at Miami coming after him. And now they have this opportunity to mold something even better than them, during their Miami days here at CU. I'm not calling any of these guys being the next Warren Sapp, but I think it's very clear with what guys that he named, that he's getting development, he's getting buy-in, he's seeing progress throughout the last however many months that he's been here with this unit. And particularly, I thought that this was an interesting one. Shane Coates talked about him specifically and how he's buying into the process more than he ever has before. I think Shane Coates is a quality depth lineman for us, and wouldn't that be great if we can see him take another jump this year? Again, when you've been in college football for so long, very similar to guys like Levante Bentley or Trevor Woods, as a senior. These are guys that have been around college football long enough to where if he gets coaching that finally clicks, maybe you really do see him take that jump and that step this year. But that was a huge nugget for me, hearing that Shane Coates has kind of turned a corner a little bit in terms of his buy-in, and hearing him talk individually about Ryan Buell and Chidozie Nwankwo. That is significant. I think that they've mainly been the guys playing inside on with the ones as well. But the fact of the matter is that it seems like Warren Sapp is very pleased with their play, even though they're like technically slightly undersized guys. The fact that he feels very good with those players, I think, is significant. And with how Anquan Barnes is coming along, with what we're seeing, I think that it's very clear to me that Warren Sapp is invested in every player uh, on here. Now, if we're able to get improvement to where Anquin Barnes and Quincy Wiggins are able to be nice, net positive players for us in this rotation. He was saying how we're like six deep, right? Six deep on the interior. He feels good about that. Um, maybe he was, yeah, I think there was one player that he missed. I think that was it Fatigue? Man, I always forget his name too. The guy who transferred here from Louisville. Let me bring that up really quick. CU scholarship chart. Tafik Thomas, thank you. Amari McNeil. Um, I think that we're going to get a much better performance from the defensive line this year. Again, you're not coming out here. The narrative is not or isn't, hey, we need to be patient. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. There's kind of tempering expectations. Warren Sapp is glowing about this unit right now. Now, I'm not coming out here saying that, we're going to see us go from a 120th ranked defense or so to a top 10 defense or anything like that. It doesn't have to be black and white when it comes to this. Like, there's so much room for growth. And I think that the fact that Warren Sapp is smiling, he's talking with so much energy about the progress and play that he's seeing out of this unit. I think that goes to show that, like, we can expect a significantly improved defensive line this year. Performance in the pass rush, performance against the run. That is my expectation. This, how I read this, is confirmation that the development is happening. That's how I see this. He's not coming out and saying we're not strong enough, we don't have enough guys. Some things that, looking back at last year's press conferences around this time, I should have taken a little bit more to heart, right? But we're not even getting those messages this year. And I think it's such an encouraging thing to hear, as well as, again, Warren Sapp here. It is so surreal. Another player with a gold jacket, another Hall of Fame player here in Boulder, working with these kids, really loving every day and finding a new calling in his life. That's how it sounds to me. Warren Sapp, thrilled to have you here and can't wait to see what he and Damian Lewis cook up in this defensive line room. Who develops? Who becomes that X factor on the defensive line? Amari McNeil, Ryan Buell, Chidozie Nwankwo. These are all guys that I think we're expecting big things from this year. But after that, I mean, Shane Cokes taking another step. Tafik Thomas maybe developing into a plus rotational player for us. Wouldn't that be phenomenal? Tarian Carter having a bounce back year, coming back from injury a couple years ago. Play wasn't up to standard to his potential last year at Arkansas. Are we going to see a new Tarian Carter, a developed Tarian Carter? It sounds like things are all going in that direction, in my opinion. Of course, I want to hear what you guys have to say as well. The comments were crazy, but I absolutely love it. Y'all let me know your thoughts on Warren Sapp and this presser in the comments. Smash that like and subscribe. Got some great videos and great shows coming up for you guys here soon. Thank you guys so much. And as always, Sco Buffs.